The Common Ground Alliance, where damage prevention is a shared responsibility. With more than 1,400 members and thousands of regional partner volunteers, this vast network of professionals makes the Common Ground Alliance the leading organization for underground damage prevention. This year, an industry milestone occurs as we celebrate the success of a CGA core program. 811, Know What's Below, Call Before You Dig, launched in May 2007 and has grown to be an iconic symbol thanks to the dedicated members who work together to protect people and the communities they live in.
811 awareness is up, damage to underground infrastructure is down. And Common Ground Alliance, I think, is a major factor of that. Association of Oil Pipelines is proud to be a member of CGA and participate in that.
I'd never had a thought about 811 in the beginnings, and when people started talking about have a 3-digit call number that would go anywhere nationwide, I thought, what a great idea.
You know, I felt that the group of people that we were working with, from the Common Ground Alliance to all stakeholders that I had experience with over a long period of time, were committed to the core. I felt that we would get it done. It was simply a matter of time.
The sight I'll never forget was U.S. Secretary Mary Peters' motorcade coming in, and the Secret Service men kind of appearing out of the trees, and, you know, taking a look around and looking at the hundreds of people who had gathered on the mall to celebrate this historical event.
Safety and the protection and prevention of damage to pipeline is a responsibility of us all. I encourage companies with underground pipelines and utilities to get involved with CGA and support their goal of protecting pipelines and spreading the message about pipeline damage prevention.
I think 811 has brought a new way to say a tired old message. It's really brought a focus to damage prevention. I think ultimately folks know 811 is a call. It's one step in the damage prevention process.
It's become a team logo. It's become the star of the Dallas Cowboys. It's become the CH of the Montreal Canadiens. People with their corporate shirts on and 811, with corporate hats on and 811. Cards, their business cards with their corporate logo on the front and on the back, 811. It's become a rallying symbol, if you wish.
It's everywhere I look, it seems. I'm probably more attuned to it than others. I think it's the iconic putting it on the tanks when you drive down the freeway. You think about how many people are recognizing that logo and thinking about it in the context of the products that are in that tank.
Since we introduced 811 5 years ago, CGA's damage information reporting tool and PHMSA's data on pipeline incidents and leaks showed continued downward trends. This is great news.
If we go back to the first year where we looked at damages, 2004, we had over 200,000 damages where people had not called before digging. And 2010, I think we're around 55,000. That's quite a drop in terms of total numbers. So a big accomplishment, really good.
I think the excavation community has really gotten behind 811 because of the shared responsibility aspect that it represents. It's a national one-call number. It represents the consensus-based best practices of the Common Ground Alliance.
Consensus is strength. We all have issues with individual best practices, but we stand together to do what needs to be done to prevent infrastructure damage in this country.
Well, the pizza. The pizza group out in Ohio. What a great idea, 811. And now you're finding $8.11 to go to a ball game. I mean, everybody's picking up on this.
The very first call for 811 education planning that I was on, we talked about an 811 bass boat. And that was something that just totally blew my mind. And even recently, the 811 chopper motorcycle, a custom motorcycle, just the idea of that just seems so different and creative, but it also just something I never would have thought of to do.
I watch NASCAR. I see them on the hood in the back, and I know you're getting millions of dollars worth of free advertising, but more importantly, protecting the public. Those crazy volunteers in the background of today's show, that's amazing.
There's been many places I never thought I'd see the 811 logo, but historically I'd have to look back to the Porta-John campaign by Indiana 811. You know what, sometimes I just don't want to know what's below.
We've got work left to do. I know we've made great progress, and I'm proud of that work, and everyone who's participated in the effort should be proud of it. But we got work left to do.
If we look at 2009, 2010, damages leveled off. We've got the low-hanging fruit. Now we're going to go after some of the tougher ones.
Now's not the time to let up. We are just beginning. It needs to be every project, every time, and not to make a judgment call, to make that phone call.
We want to continue to make 811 a household name, have it very recognizable, have people understand what their own state laws are, but more importantly, to make that call.
We know that if somebody will call, that there's a great chance that there's not going to be an accident. So the challenge is more awareness, more people calling.
CGA plays an important role in educating communities on how they can protect and prevent damage to pipelines. Working together, we can protect the health and safety of our communities.
We've come a long way, but we still have a lot of work ahead. That means each of you continuing to take the personal responsibility to know what's below and to call 811 before you dig.
From rural America to Times Square, CGA is committed to making 811 a household name. Building on the success of best practices, DIRT, technology, and the regional partners, the 811 Public Awareness Campaign can achieve this with your continued support. As a CGA member or potential member, your ongoing commitment to underground damage prevention is critical to continue the trend of reducing damages. Your investment in CGA today will help build comprehensive campaigns and services for years to come.